Welcome to 100 Days of Cloud FinOps with Hybr. Today, we are going to see about one of the FinOps principles, which is business value of cloud. It's about unit economics, the trade-offs, and the innovation. FinOps is not just about reducing the cloud spend. It is more about realizing the value of cloud. Are you getting the return of investment that you and your company is making in cloud? Are you making profit? Are your revenue is such a way that your expenses or the cloud spend is justified? Like any project or business, there are always trade-offs between how fast you want to deliver your product or service, how much time and effort and money you are willing to spend, and of course, the quality of the service or the product, the user experience, the performance of your application, how fast you want the UI to render, so on and so forth. There is always various trade-offs involved, and especially when it comes to cloud and delivering your application in cloud, there are various aspects like these that you have to make choice at various stages of your application. And of course, the right strategy is, it actually varies depending on the stage you are in. If you are in the beginning days of coming up with an idea, you would want to go to market faster so that you can lead the market, right? You want to take the idea to the market, to the customers as fast as you can. And with cloud, your business is set up to be able to do that. So if your aim is to go to market faster, you are probably going to prioritize that first, so the speed of the delivery. And of course, if you are in the market to acquire customers, you are going to focus on the quality of the product. You want to bring the wow factor to your application or your SaaS offerings so that you can acquire more customers in the period that you are going to go to the market. And as you are acquiring more customers, you want the ability to scale really well. So in these stages, your priority is little different. And once you have enough number of customers onboarded, now you are going to realize, hey, even though I have a lot of customers, am I making profit? I went to the market faster. I did a lot of innovative features has been shipped to the customers, and I got, good enough number of customers. Am I, running this business in an optimal way? Am I, spending the cloud in an optimal way? So this is the stage where you're going to look at various aspects of investing in reserved instances, committed usage discount, savings plan, and whatnot. But those are not going to be just enough. You're going to also look at how you can improve the density of your customers, the number of customers that you can have in your footprint or in your infrastructure. So optimizing and improving the profit comes at this stage. Unlike any other application or software, you're going to continue to iterate, bring new features, add more customers, more geographic regions, and whatnot. So you have to set up all these processes in place so that you can iterate and continuously innovate, go to market faster, ship the next feature before your competitors do that, and at the same time optimize for the infrastructure, optimize your application for the infrastructure in a repeatable fashion. So let's take this example. You have an application and you started getting it out in the market in May 2023, and let's say you got 10 customers onboarded, right? So that's this number. And you had the cloud cost of about, let's say, $120 or $120,000 depending on your application. and you got revenue of $90. So you have 10 customers, so it's about $9 per customer revenue, but you have the cost at $120, which translates to $12 of cost per customer. So you are not making profit in the May 2023. Maybe in the first month of your application this is expected because you're spending more in terms of various cloud services for your UAT environment and whatnot. um, but then coming June, your application got traction, and then you onboarded another 5 customers, about 50% increase. So now you have a revenue of $135 for 15 customers, right? So you have traction, you made more money, but let's say your architecture of the application is in such a way the cloud cost also linearly increases with the number of customers. So in this case, it's going to go, the cloud cost, the cloud spend is going to increase by $180. So if this happens, even though you onboarded more customers, right? Even though you onboarded more customers, you have 5 more customers, the cloud cost is kind of proportion. And of course, as you can see, there is no profit in this case either. Not only you don't have profit, you are actually spending more to onboard more customers. So you have, you know, more loss for onboarding more customers because your application is not utilizing the cloud effectively. So let's say come July 2023, you realize this, and you look hard and optimized the way in which your application is designed to utilize cloud. So let's say instead of spending $240, your application only spends $150, and you are still able to onboard the 50% more workload or the 50% increase of customers. In this case, in July, your application has grown to have 20 plus customers, right? So you kept the cloud cost not only low, but instead of it increasing linearly per customer, you brought it down in such a way that you are able to pack more customers with the same cloud infrastructure. That's very important, right? If you are utilizing the cloud, to look at these numbers and see how much revenue per customer, how much cost per customer. This is the unit economics, the fundamentals of unit economics, right? So this gives you an idea of, hey, if I am going to have a strategy to make profit by selling this application or a software, or even to think about whether you are utilizing the application effectively or the cloud infrastructure effectively, you need to understand the unit economics of how much cost your application is requiring or incurring in cloud per customer unit or a per customer user, right? As important it is to have strategy to increase the number of customers, if you do not have a strategy and have proper people and practices in place to make sure the cloud spend is done effectively and it to in such a way that it adds value and brings value to the business, it's going to be difficult to onboard more customers. So that's where realizing the business value of cloud comes into place. It's also a very important aspect of the cloud FinOps principle. So drive your decisions based on metrics. Determine your unit economics. Are you getting enough value for the money that you are spending in cloud? Instead of just thinking about the cost, right? So it's not about the cost. It's about whether you are getting the value from cloud.